Hello there, how's it going everyone? Welcome to Akus Art, where I'll be going on an art journey and sharing all the tips and tricks I learn along the way with all of you. For today's video, I want to go over different approaches to sketch studies. Sketch studies are particularly useful when you're learning to draw something that you've never drawn before, or as a great way to warm up before beginning a more involved art piece. There's a lot of different things we could talk about surrounding these, but for now, I just want to focus on two different approaches to these kinds of studies. For the first one, we'll be going over the Lineart method. For my creature of choice, I decided it might be fun to study secretary birds. Secretary birds are one of my favorite bird species, so I thought it was a bit of a crime that I hadn't drawn any up until now. But now we're here, and I have to say I'm pretty happy with how these guys turned out. So let's get into the process. When I start sketching, I usually use a blue brush. This makes it a lot easier to see your sketch lines underneath when you're ready to start lining. I then make a second layer on top and begin working over the line art with a black brush, filling in details as I go. I do sometimes still forget to use the blue brush first, but it's really a very helpful thing to do, so I highly recommend trying to do it if you can remember doing it. I always use reference. A lot of people think reference while drawing is cheating. That's actually a really common misconception. We can't learn without reference, and no one is expected to memorize everything that they see. So when you're doing studies, make sure to have multiple references handy so that you can get a feel for what you're drawing in many different angles. This will also make your drawings look a lot more realistic in the end. And it's especially important when you're doing sketch studies so that you can practice many different poses as well, like I'm doing here with this bird. After you've gotten all the details in, I like to add just a little bit of color here and there sometimes. It just helps make the studies pop a little bit. I'll also take a lighter brush and put in some shadows underneath. So there you have it. That is the line art method. And for the second one, I'm going to show you a painting method for doing sketch studies. The painting method isn't too different from the line art method. It starts out pretty much the same, except I usually use a thicker brush with less opacity, and the other big difference is I'll do all of it almost on one layer. I'll work out the form with the black brush or whatever my base color will be. In this case it's black. Then I'll go over it with any other colors, one at a time, and fill in, adding in details here and there. Sometimes what I also like to do is I like to make a little bit of texture in the background. I feel like it gives just a little bit more life to the drawings. And I'll also sometimes add touches of color that I don't see in my references, like in this case the blues. And this is just to emphasize the lighting. So remember, references are your best friend. And thank you so much for watching. I really hope this video is helpful to you. Above all, when you're going on your own art journeys, remember to have fun. Having fun with your art will definitely go a long way.